music. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love,
Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. Yes, I don't know if y'all can hear the fan or the air conditioner or whatever, but it's 90 degrees today. It is Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. So the hair, I washed it. It's drying. The wind is blowing it or whatever. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Okay. So I hope everyone is enjoying their holiday, their day off, or if you're at work, I hope that's a good time too. I was off work today. That's why I took my time doing these reviews. But yeah, let's get into it. This is the refund. This is the review of Real Housewives of Potomac season 3 episode 9. Today's lipstick is Baja Phi by Kat Von D, and of course you get it from Sephora. I want to get through these things, okay? So, the episode opens up right where the last one left off. Monique is still drunk, and she's still trying to want to fight Robin. Everybody feels some kind of way about Robin and Giselle. I don't necessarily feel that way about them two. I think it's weird how everyone say they the mean girls, they messy or whatever. I think everyone on the show is messy. I honestly do. And it's depending on the situation. One person's messy at this point in time, one person is messy at the other point in time. It just is what it is. In this particular instance, I don't think Robin was being messy. I think Robin may have been being a little petty. I do think that she was trying to I think she felt like Monique was being extra. So because she felt like Monique was being extra, and then Monique kind of came at her for saying, well, you said this and you said that. She was like, well, first you was mad at X, now you mad at me. And she was antagonizing Monique, but I feel like Monique should just let it go. I mean, Monique was, to me, in my opinion, Monique was on 10. She really, really was. About an issue that is not an issue. And she was like, I'm going to choke you with this umbrella, get out my face. And I'm like, if I see someone being too extra and I think it's comical and you coming at me, I'm going to be like, you want to hit me? Yeah, hit me. Hit me. I would do the same thing. Because I'm like, girl, are you serious? Because I think at one point Robin said, like, you too amped up with, what's going on here or whatever. And, so I do not think that Robin wants to fight her. I don't think that Robin was trying to bait Monique into hitting her. I don't think that was it at all. I didn't like how Monique kept saying little stuff about Robin's financial situation, because the truth be told, every franchise of the Housewives has had someone face some kind of financial difficulty. And my thing is, if you keep teasing someone who went through and is coming back from financial difficulty, it don't make you a bigger person. It means that, to me, you value money over anything else, because all you kept on bringing up was money, money, money. You know what I'm saying? Robin has children. She has a dude who, whatever her wine is or whatever. Just because you and your husband has more money than her, it does not mean that you have more to lose than she does. At the end of the day, I feel like the way you acted in this situation and how you were being turned up times 10 and I'm gonna hit you with the umbrella and girl, this ain't what you want, that's more damaging than if you possibly had a drink and got into car. You damage your image by acting that way than you would have before the accusation of what they were saying. And it was just, it was too much for me. I don't deal with people who got more to lose than I do. I'm over it. I don't like anyone who likes to talk down to people, and I think that is my issue with Monique. Monique does flaunt what she has a lot. So does all the women at the same time, but Monique, that's the only thing she kept going at Robin about. I got more money than you, and you want me to hit you so you can be living a dream again. Girl, bye. I mean, it ain't that serious. My thing is, if you wasn't drunk and you don't care, I wouldn't let them pull me down to a lower level to be out in the streets threatening to hit somebody and choke somebody out with an umbrella to make my point. You didn't make yourself look any better at all, and that's just what it was. And at the end of the day, Robin and Giselle should have left it alone. Yes, they had, but at the same time, it was funny to me. It was if I had been in that instance, I would have been like, do you see this girl? She is fooling. I would have been making sad comments too. And then if at that point the person came at me, I'd be like, girl, okay, yeah, whatever, hit me. Okay, hit me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see any malice in what Robin was doing. I felt like Robin was messing with Monique because Monique was being, she was very angry. And Robin was just like, girl, we've had this discussion already. We've already talked about it. What you getting so mad for? So, I ain't with the whole Giselle and Robin bashing, because I feel like at one point or other, each lady has been messy, has been petty, has antagonized somebody one way or the other. So no one is innocent in the situation, but I don't think the answer is ever to be like, I'm going to fight you. Like, come in my face, and if you do, I'm going to choke you out with this umbrella. Try me. That to me, I'm looking like, when the charity see you acting like that, girl, they not going to want you on the charity because of how you acted. It ain't had nothing to do with nothing else, but it is what it is. And at the end of the day, the truth is, Monique went out with Ashley. Monique had some drinks. Now, whether she had 2, 3, or 4 drinks, we know for a fact she had at least 2 drinks. She had at least 2 drinks. She then got behind the wheel of her car and ended up crashing her car. Now, I don't think anyone was ever saying that she was drunk. I think all anyone ever said was, you had some drinks and you drove your car and got into a car accident. That's the facts. Facts, girl. Facts, motherfucking facts all day. You had some drinks. After you had them drinks, you got in your car and you drove. While you were driving, after having them drinks, you crashed your car. You can say I was sleepy all you want to, but my thing is, you are getting upset over something you actually did. You actually had drinks and was driving and crashed your car. Do we think you was out the blue drunk? No, you probably wasn't out the blue drunk, but you were driving under the influence. Driving under the influence is different than it's the same as drunk driving. It just means you were under the influence of something, you drove and then something happened. You're guilty of that. And I think because you upset that you're caught that you were driving under the influence, it doesn't mean that you were fully drunk, but you still had some drinks, girl. So I can't take the whole, I'm so mad because they insinuating I'm an alcoholic, I'm a drunk driver. She's not an alcoholic. I'll say that. I don't think she's an alcoholic. I think she enjoys her wine. I think she enjoys drinking. I don't think she's an alcoholic. But at the end of the day, you were driving under the influence. You crashed your car. Let's move on from it. We don't need to talk about it ever again, honey. Let it be done. They're her talking to Sharice, talking about, I work with charities and kids and stuff, and I'm just so, I don't want that assumption of me, being an alcoholic. We know you're not an alcoholic, girl. You feisty. You're a fighter. You that. Girl, look, I can't deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And then how she crying. Oh, I thought they were my friend. You did not think them ladies were your friends. You knew they weren't, because everybody know that Giselle and Robin, even Karen, you only been on the show for 2 seasons. Them ain't your friends at all, and you shouldn't think they are. And for the most part, Monique is usually the tough cookie or whatever. So my thing is, seeing her cry, I ain't feel no sympathy. I felt like, girl, move on. As you said, you have too much to lose. You don't deal with people who got less than you to lose. What you crying for? Over some women who you've been saying since the first thing you was on here, they fake and phony and they this and they that and they won't. Monique can miss me with the bullshit. I feel like girl, look, I can't take it. Girl, who cares? What do we see next? Candice and Chris. Candice is I'm warm up to Candice. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Candice is as bad as I thought she was in the beginning. However, her and Chris are talking, and kind of found out Chris don't just have 2 kids by his ex-wife. Chris has 3 kids. Okay, Chris has a 3rd child who was, she said, about 15 years old, who he say he has not seen in 10 years. And her mom doesn't know. And she said, well, I didn't want to tell my mom because I didn't want her feeling some kind of way. I didn't want her, judging you. So we kind of kept that part a secret. Something going on with it. We're going to discuss that a little bit later. But, you know what I'm saying? I feel like your mom might judge him even more now because y'all lied about it. I feel like if someone say, well, how many kids you got? If you say 2, but you got 3, you lying. You know what I'm saying? And at what point did Candice know? And then they decided, well, let's not tell my mom. Let's keep that part a secret. I was just like, her and Chris only been together for 2 years. And, since they've been together 2 years, they get married. She got more money. Her mama got more money than him. And her mama helped finance their life a little bit like that. And, you know, he got the 2 kids by the ex-wife. He got the 1 kid by the baby mama. It's a whole bunch of issues there. It's a lot going on. You know, she talking about how they want to discuss it because she does not want to get divorced. I think it's a good thing that Candice is going into the same. His family has been divorced. My family has been divorced. We don't want to be divorced. I think that's a good thing. But I also feel like you can't keep focusing on divorce. Like, just get married and be happy. And, you know, if you know in the back of your head that you don't want to be divorced, just don't keep talking about it. You don't, because you speak things into existence. If you keep saying, I don't want to divorce, I don't want to, just leave it alone. Look, divorce don't exist. Okay, just say that. Divorce don't exist. We cool, we're gonna be happy. And let the chips fall where they may. You know, I ain't got time for it. You know, and I feel like I just don't want it to be a thing of Chris got all these secrets up in the sky just waiting to fall down on our heads and come raining on us because I don't want to get no rain. But I'm like, this third kid looks like a 15-year-old third kid. Well, okay, girl, if you say so. She brings up how the 2 kids that he do have with his ex-wife, how they see that them 2 once a month. And I'm like, well, okay, if you say so. So, you know, it's a whole third baby. Who cares? It is what it is. Wine and them, they vegetarian. I really didn't care about them being vegetarians now. But we do find out that Wine has found out that the person he thought was his father is not his father. You know, his mom passed away. The guy who we thought was his dad passed away. And about a year ago, he found his biological father, who he looks just like. Okay, spitting image. Spitting fucking image. It was clear as day. So I'm like, well, that's cool or whatever. So they found out that, you know, his mom and his birth father had a affair, and he was the baby in that. And, you know what I'm saying, how she never did anything before she passed away. So, we see that whole thing of them trying to go speak with like a medium to, I guess, get to the other side, to talk to his mama, to talk to the person who they thought was his daddy or whatever. I'm not a medium person. I don't want to be having spirits crossing over here and there and everywhere. Leave the spirits where they at. You know what I'm saying? I can just talk to Jesus, and Jesus can give me all the closure I need. I feel like I just don't like playing with spirits. Like, that's just not what I'm about, and I ain't gonna be about it ever in life. You know, Robin brings up how for her, you know, Monique saying the things that she said and telling him how Monique was kind of coming at her and kept throwing money in her face. Like, you know, you ain't got enough money for this and you want to hit me so we can pay you. And, you know, throwing out them little jabs or whatever. And she says how it really does affect her because she still feels guilty because she feels as if she is the reason they were in the financial hardship in the first place because she lost all their money to her friend. And he like, look, you know, you can't give her words power. And I completely agree. Monique can go broke tomorrow. And if Monique went broke tomorrow, she would be a regular smuggler person. And I feel like at that point, she would kind of get what she deserved. You can't put too much weight in how much money you have. You know what I'm saying? You can't put that. I got more to lose. And she means financially. I think she do, because the only time someone says that is if they have more money than someone. Because I have more money to lose. Because as I said earlier, they both have men in their lives. You know, husband and Juan. You know, Chris and Juan. They both have 2 children in their lives. So my thing is, and they both are kind of in the same. Y'all on the same show. Y'all both trying to make a name for yourself in one way or the other. Robin, who's doing like non-profit work and trying to do real estate, and then Monique doing charity work or whatever. Y'all in the same boat, except Monique has more money. So I like how Juan said, you know, don't give her words any power. It's completely true. Why did Monique drive 2 hours to see Karen? They can't FaceTime? They ain't got Skype? Nothing? No? Okay. I would have just called her. I'm not. Look, I don't want to drive 30 minutes to work. So I'm not going to drive 2 hours to talk to somebody who has a cell phone or a house phone or a goddamn computer. We're going to have to get this little video chat going, and that's how we're going to chit chat, because I'm not driving 2 hours. It's like a full tank of, well, it's not a full tank of gas. It's a half tank of gas. Because it's 2 hours there, 2 hours back. Girl, bye, I can't do it. So she then drove to Karen's house. And Karen Karen don't even stay in Maryland anymore. Karen got to stay like in Philadelphia, New York, whatever 2 hours. I'm joking. But, you know, we know she don't stay in Potomac anymore, as we know. So she went basically to say she's sorry about acting crazy, you know, turning up at Karen's event or whatever. Saying how, you know, I felt like Robin provoked me. I can't believe how I reacted, blah, blah, blah. Again, I'm a firm believer in you can't blame someone else based for what you do. When you say, well, so-and-so provoked me, that's an excuse. You can't make excuses. You can't give reasoning. If someone pisses you off, you have to still be who you are. At the end of the day, Monique showed who she was when someone provokes her to get upset. She wants to choke somebody out with an umbrella. So my thing is, I just don't like how she said she should have came to Gary and said, you know what? I'm sorry. I should not have acted A, B, C, D, E, F, and G way to say Robin provoked me, so it's kind of her fault. Well, she provoked me. That's why I did it. No, honey, it was you. It was you, because before Robin came out there, you were turning up inside inside the event. So Robin didn't provoke you. You just had a couple drinks. You were aggravated with Ashley, because remember, the initial issue was with Ashley. It wasn't with Robin. That's why when they came outside, Robin was surprised. Like, why the fuck are you coming at me now? Like, you were just mad at Ashley. Would have got to what I'm coming at. So I'm like, her saying, you know, that girl, whatever. And again, don't blame others for your actions. You have to just kind of be the person you are, even when you angry. You know what I'm saying? And you can and live in that. If you have a temper, you have a temper. I have a temper, which is why I try my best not to get upset, because, excuse me, when I do, I can get to that. I mean, I ain't threatening nobody to choke them out, but I will cuss them out real quick. Okay, with the quickness. Y'all saw me read people before. Any of y'all who follow me on Instagram, y'all see when I kind of respond to trolls or whatever every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? I can hold my own, but I never say, well, I would never blame someone else for me saying or doing something. It'll be like, I got pissed off and that's what happened. You know, forgive me, love me, hate me, whatever it is. I don't really care. But I think I'm not feeling Monique until she can just accept what happened. You had some drinks, you got behind the car, and you crashed your car, and that's what it is. And at that point, when you keep trying to deny it and kind of try to keep getting mad at everybody else, and I think Monique is upset about the alcoholic part of it. And I think they've all said, we're not saying that you're an alcoholic. That's not what we're saying. We're just asking you if you're okay, because you tend to be drinking a lot, and then you had them drinks and you crashed your car. It came out of a place of concern, pettiness, and true tea. You know what I'm saying? Is what it is. So whatever. Candice and her mom have a conversation. You know, she wanted to tell her mom about this third child that Chris has, because she wants her mom to be aware of the family dynamic. So, you know, they go out to eat. They went to Chris' restaurant to eat. He wasn't there yet. So, you know, first Candice bring up how, oh my God, you know, I do like that location that we went to, and the wedding planner kind of, you know, doused my dreams with all her little negativity or whatever. Her mama said no, she was just letting you know what was up. And my thing is, that's Candice, your mom was putting up you got $120,000 free dollars, and what the wedding planner did was she let you know in reality you can't afford more unless you can put up more money. And if you don't have the money, this is the reality. I think Candice can be so used to people doing, like her mom paying for stuff, whatever, and she feels like, well, I should be able to have anything. Like, I should be able to have an orchestra of Munchkins from the Lollipop Guild. You know, I should be able to have Glinda the Good Witch should be able to marry us or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The Wizard of Oz can give us a wedding gift. And it's like, we can't, you know, that's going to be extra money, honey, because we got to get to Oz to get it, and that's going to cost money. And I think she didn't get that. When she said she just trying to crush my dreams. No, she was realistic. You can't, that's not in your budget. That's not in your budget, boo-boo. But whatever. Her mom also said, like, no, she just trying to let you know what we can afford or whatever. You know, from there, you know, she lets her mama know, well, look, I want to tell you something. And then as she talking, she started like she was gonna cry. I'm like, why the fuck is she crying? Like, what did I miss? I'm like, did the kid die? Like, I was like, does he have a third kid that's like sick in some kind of way and he can't see? I was really wondering what's wrong with this kid that she's not crying, having to her mama. I was confused. Like, is the kid dead? Is it dying? What happened? Was it maimed by lions, tigers, and bears? What's going on? And she just said, you know, he has an older kid. You know, the kid is like 14, 15 years old. And she's like, well, okay, well, where's the kid? Oh, he lives kind of close by, but, you know, hasn't seen the kid in like 10 years. And she's like, well, why not? Like, why doesn't he see the child? She's like, well, the mother won't let him see the kid. And at this point, when she said that, I said, okay, something's in the water and it ain't a shark. I'm like, okay, so he has a 15-year-old kid. from a previous marriage. He has not seen the kid in 10 years. The kid lives nearby, close, which means that they probably live in the same state. And the mom won't let him see. So this is my question. What happened that the mom is legally able to prevent him from being a father? That's question number one. Question number two is, a good father, a good parent, mother or father, if the other parent won't allow you to see your child, and there is no physical reason there, you're not abusive to the kid, like if you haven't done anything legally wrong to the mother of that child or to the child itself, how is it that you've allowed that mother to prevent you from being a father for 10 years to that kid? I need to know what we missing, because something's missing. It ain't as simple as, oh, she won't let him see the kid. Not for 10 years. My thing is, a good father won't want to go to, a good father will go to court and at least get visitation. So my thing is, in the fact that they didn't say what happened, we don't know anything. All we know is the mama won't let Chris see the kid. So for 10 years, Chris has been MIA. Chris is complacent in being a deadbeat dad. The mom ain't shit either for not allowing him to be around. But Chris, you don't have the means to go to court and get visitations in 10 years? In 10 years? So Chris does get there, whatever, and he brings up how, he's afraid that if he pushes the issue, what if the son, because it's a son, what if the son, doesn't want to see him, it'll hurt his feelings. And I said, well, fool, you've been gone for 10 years. I probably wouldn't want to see you either. Like, I don't see Chris as a victim solely because they didn't give enough details as to why he can't get visitation. Usually the only time a parent is not allowed to be around their child is if they did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you done something wrong and they're like, okay, you're a danger to the mom or the child, so you're banned from being around. So my thing is, if you weren't banned to be around, if you didn't do anything physically or mentally or emotionally harmful to the mom or the baby, why haven't you went to court to at least give visitation? As she said, you see your other kids, once a month, because you share them with your ex-wife. Well, not share, but whatever. But I was like, she crying and he crying, and I'm like, okay, look, something in the water, and like I said, it ain't a damn shark. It's some bullshit in the water, and I need to know what's going on. Like, give me some detail. You can't just say that he been gone for 10 years and just the mama won't let him, and not say why. Like, why won't the mom let him? And if she just being a petty bitch and being difficult, you ain't shit for not taking her to court. Because the petty bitch can't do shit when a judge says let him see his. A petty bitch can't do nothing when a judge says let him see his child. These are the visitation hours, and if you don't do that, then you going to jail. She can't do nothing about that. But if you allow her, if you ain't, look, Chris, Candice, you can't fool me, boo boo. He was a deadbeat in one way or the other, and it's been 10 years, and now that he's with her, he like, oh, she didn't let me see the kid. I can't see him. The whole thing with blended family. So, whatever. At the end of the day, a parent can go to court to get visitation. And the only time a parent does not go to court to get visitation is for one of two reasons. You're a deadbeat and you don't care enough to go you don't care enough to do it. Or two, the law has already prohibited you from seeing your child. So let me know which one it is. Until then, Chris a deadbeat. Giselle and these tears at the dang on hair salon. I mean, I'm here for it and then I'm not here for it. She going to get her hair done or whatever, going to get her blonde edges touched up. And she's talking to her little hairstylist dude about how, she's kind of feeling overwhelmed. Sherman's been acting funny. Her mama's house was damaged when Hurricane Harvey, so her mom wants to be closer to them. And she's like, well, just buy me a house. Buy me a house and I'll come down there. And she like, so that's kind of crazy too. And then the book and all this stuff. So I said, one, that means she can't afford to buy mama a house. Because my thing is, if you can afford it, you just do it. It ain't no big issue. You just, get your mama a little condo, whatever. Get her something little, and it is what it is. I think the stress is, I can't do all this on my own. And so it's a lot on my shoulders. And so she's getting all misty-eyed, teary-eyed. She's like, oh, just give me a second. It's a break from her getting her hair colored. She go like little breathing thing in the hallway. She come back, now he washing her out. And then she crying again. I'm looking like, well, look, the best time to cry is in the shower and when you get your hair washed, because you just let all the tears run down the drain with the shampoo and the conditioner and let it be that. I get that she's overwhelmed. She is, but if you can't afford no house and the mama gotta move in with you, and you got that big ass house, I mean, you ain't got no extra room, or get your mama a little apartment. She don't need no house. If it's especially if it's just her and she's one person, like, you ain't gotta get her no big ass mansion. And if you can't afford it, then you can't afford it. But I'm like, I get that she's overwhelmed. I'm looking like, girl, move on. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, Monique has her little Hurricane Harvey relief fundraiser situation. I can't think what to call it actually. You know, we see that Sharice has helped her a whole lot. As we heard them both say, all of Sharice's friends is there. That's what kind of helped her out. That's going to be an issue come up later on in the season. And they're basically getting supplies and things to, you know, pack up in the U-Haul. Well, they filled up 2 U-Haul trucks to send down to Houston, you know, with the hurricanes or whatever. And I mean, it was a really simple thing. You know, they put up some tents, you know, had the little U-Hauls that people come down there, you know, donate, and, you know, everything that you can donate for people who are in need. You know, Monique, it seems as if Sharice was the most helpful with getting things done. Sharice said, you know, you can't plan an event without me. I mean, I don't think that's too sure. Look, Sharice, girl, don't you get beside yourself. And is Sharice a full-time? Sharice is in every episode, but why is she not in the opening credits? I mean, like, what's the point? I mean, I don't understand it, but who knows? My hair, I hate when it starts to blow because it gets short. When it gets oh my hair, I'm gonna probably pull it up when I do my next review, because, you know, I hate big bushy hair. Anyway, yeah, but Sharice, I'm confused if she's like a real regular person, or she just, because why she on every episode if she ain't got no glass of champagne? But whatever. We see, you know, everyone came. We seen Ashley come down on her stuff. We seen Karen come down on her stuff. We seen Giselle. Even Giselle popped up. You know, real quick. Giselle did what I do. Giselle did this. You know, when someone you don't really fuck with has a charity event, and you kind of don't want to be a bitch and not attend, because you not really beefing with them really, but like your girl is. So you like, I don't want to. My girl ain't gonna come, but I can at least come bring some water. So Giselle came in, had donated some water, dropped it off. Said, all right, see y'all, bye, and she left. And my thing is, when they come, it's Giselle coming. Someone said, well, she was already here. She dropped off her stuff, left. Well, she didn't even speak. I don't think it was she. That ain't what she was there for. She did what she was supposed to. She came, she donated, and she left. Okay, that's what I would have did too. Sometimes it ain't about like being there and being fake friendly. It's about, you're having an event. I support the event that you're having. I'm going to do what I can, but I'm not going to come and sit here and chit chat with y'all, because I don't really want to talk to you right now, Monique. And I'm just going, here you go, and I'm out. So I thought that was cool or whatever. You know, they do say, well, where's Robin? Of course, I'm not surprised Robin didn't come. You threatened to do something to me. But we see Robin, of course, well, not of course, but Robin was at her own meeting. She's trying to have a event put on about helping women have multiple streams of income and how to come back from financial issues. I think that is a great thing to do. A lot of people don't get the struggle, and I feel like Robin gets the struggle, and to keep teasing her about it is as if you're basically teasing half of America. Like, more people are in Robin's shoes than in Monique's shoes in the real world. I don't mean in the rich neighborhoods or whatever. A lot of more people are living paycheck to paycheck, or they need help, or they need financial assistance, or they need to know how to have multiple streams of income. YouTube is a second stream of income for me, but besides my regular job. And I feel like, because I never want to be in a place to where I am financially struggling. I've done that before when I was younger. I want to do it again. So I feel like what Robin was saying that she wanted to do was wonderful, because it came from a place of, I've been there and I know how hard it can be, and how the stigma of it can be, paralyzing. So, let's try to uplift women so that we either can not have them in that place, or if they're in that place, show them how to get out of that situation currently. So I thought that was a great thing for Robin. It was really cool. Ashley and Monique meet up for a quick little dinner. I thought it was some fucking some bullshit. Y'all still I be bleeping myself sometimes. I'm talking, so I'm not cussing so much. But they meet up basically because Monique feel like Ashley, you know what I'm saying, said things that she should have known better to say. Those are Ashley words, not mad. She said, you were saying things that hurt me, and you were insinuating things that you should have known better not to say. I have a husband, 2 kids, and my name was my business. Ashley said, I'm sorry. She said that she didn't think what they were saying was damaging because they were just kind of questioning if she was okay. But she did apologize and said that them asking the question was not malicious. However, Ashley also said in her confessional, I said what I said, and Monique is pissed off that she got caught, and I completely agree. Monique isn't mad about what they said. Monique is mad at being said on camera, and the indication about it and the truth within it. She, as I said earlier, she did what she did, and as she said, I said what I said, and it is what it is. And I feel like her kind of going on this little crusade to say, you shouldn't say things like that or whatever, but it's true. Not that you're an alcoholic. I'm not saying the girl, because I don't think she's an alcoholic, but she had drinks and was driving and crashed a car. I think that's true. Girl, and as I wrote down, girl, the fuck back when she said that she had a husband and 2 kids, and then her name was her business. So was everyone else on the show. Now their business is them. Okay, and I'm over it. Juan and Robin, they speak with the little medium. I'm not gonna touch on this too much because I don't like medium stuff. The medium came and Juan was amazed. Okay, Juan was amazed because the medium supposedly contacted his mama, his birth mom, the guy who was like his father. He also contacted the dude who stole their money. Juan was amazed because the thing, like he said, they called her Nita, somebody named Nita. And Robin said, it was one thing if you Google him and know his mama name was Juanita, but to come with her nickname was something different. You know what I'm saying? They brought up the father figure. I think he said the name, was it P? And the dad name was Phil. You know what I'm saying? Even bringing up how his mom died, how his mom was on drugs, how she died of a blood disease. And he said, well, yeah, she died of AIDS. And he said how his mom was when she died, and she was embarrassed, and things that he didn't. So it was, Juan felt surprised. At the end of the day, it's up to him to feel like the dude said something that he didn't know, or that he should not have known. I don't trust mediums because I feel like mediums can Google the heck out of anybody famous. You know what I'm saying? Robin did say, yeah, you can Google him and find out little stuff, but certain stuff you can't. I guess she was saying like he wouldn't have known that the guy who was his father wasn't his birth father, and he brought that up. So it was little stuff. Some people believe in that. I'm like, it ain't my battle to fight. It is what it is. Even when they brought up the dude who took their money, and he said, well, I'm having a vision of somebody who jumped off a bridge, and that's what I guess the guy who took her money killed himself by jumping off a bridge. So she kind of felt relief in that when the dude said, well, he feel like he's content in being dead, and he didn't apologize to anybody or whatever. He's content where he at. So that made Robin say, how she realized that she needs to let go of her guilt, because at the end of the day, she didn't do anything wrong to get them in that position. And I don't think she ever did in the beginning. When you have friends who say, hey, I got this endeavor, you want to invest in it or whatever, you didn't do anything wrong because you trusted your friend. Even if someone else said, don't listen to them. People said, don't listen to rap music, and look where it is now. You know what I'm saying? You can't listen to everything that somebody else says. The one time that she did not listen to Juan, it just blew up in their face. But at the end of the day, she needs to stop feeling guilty. So that was the whole episode. You know what I'm saying? It was what it was. It's going to be what it's going to be. Put your comments below. Let me know how you thought about it. Other than that, I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.